Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the Ford F-150 Heritage Edition. Before we get in this video though, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. This particular one is still available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this truck is a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 17 around town and then 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 400 horsepower and then 500 pound-feet of torque. Now before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, we've got the normal F-150 hood, and you guys will notice that this one is finished in Area 51, which is such a cool paint color. And then popping down below, you guys can see here with the daytime running lights and the LED headlamps, this is an XLT for those of you that are wondering. And then notice the blue coloration right there around the grill. The grill is darker itself, which is pretty cool. Got the Ford logo in the center, and then you guys can see the fog light action at the bottom. And then notice how you've got the two-tone paint job on this, so it's darker at the very bottom. And then we do have tow hooks. And when you put it all together, it's a pretty cool contrast between the Area 51 and the darker paint down below. Now coming around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 275, 60, 20 in the front and over in the rear as well. And you guys can see with the wheels, they are metallic gray, which goes with the overall theme of this particular truck, kind of with the darker coloration. It looks super interesting to go from like the bumper that's black to the Area 51 here on the side. And you guys can see here with the fender, and then got our XLT badge because, like I said, this is built off of an XLT. Now, pretty interesting. They just did like the mirrors that you have on like the base model work truck to get the gray coloration, which, yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense. And then notice right here, I should probably zoom in so you can see a little bit closer. It's kind of interesting how they've included that touch. But anyways, you guys can see the roof also blacked out. And then they actually did the same thing at the bottom here. So it's kind of like a little fade into the Area 51. That's unique. But here's what it looks like when you put it all together. You can see the two-tone at the top and at the bottom. It's very interesting, that's for sure. I definitely think that this truck's kind of like color scheme is going to be an acquired taste. But you also notice we got the fixed side steps. Now here's our key fob. We have our unlock function, our lock function, our remote start. We got the tailgate drop down and then the Ford logo there on the back. And I guess we'll press that a couple times. Now actually popping into the bed area, you guys can see there's quite a bit of space back here. It looks like this one is the regular sized bed, so it's not the 6.5 foot box. Anyways, got the outlet here in the back, and other than that, when you're all done, just pick this up like normal. Now being an XLT, you've got the baseline tail lights here, and then you guys can see F-150 stamped into the tailgate. And you've got parking sensors here at the bottom, and then again with the bumper, that's all blacked out. And wrapping things up, let me know what you guys think about the looks here of this Heritage Edition. Do you say yay or nay? Now here's a quick look at the door panel. You guys can see the trim here at the top and then also down below. And then look at this little insert right there. That's pretty cool. Got a little cup holder action, window control, and then tons of storage down below. Now taking a look at these seats, you guys can see we've got this unique design for the Heritage Edition with the cloth seats. But they still function like normal, so you got storage underneath. Flat loading floor, you know, the usual. And this truck is a Super Cruise, so you've got the larger cab back here, so tons of space, little storage pocket, some cup holder action, and then some vents with all of our charging ports and everything, and then headroom obviously is also good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see again with the stitching, all of our window controls. We've got the front two, which are automatic, your mirror adjustments, and then again you can see the darker trim there, and then the mirrors themselves do have blind spot monitoring. And then here's the front seat. You guys can see, again, with the design that goes down the center, I think that's pretty cool. The seat is power adjustable. For those of you that are payload junkies, we've got 1,826 pounds with the payload with this truck. And then parking brake over here, got your light controls, mirror lights, got the American flag here on the side, and the steering wheel is manually adjustable. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got the normal F-150 steering wheel, so really nice trim all around. And then you guys can see the kind of like gray trim here in the center portion. Controls for the center stack. We've got our cruise control, volume controls, voice command controls as well, and then turn signal windshield wiper stock. Now, being an XLT, we've got the, not baseline gauge cluster, but the middle of the line gauge cluster. So analog on either side, and then you got the screen here in the center, which we can use to scroll through different bits of info on the truck. And then we also have the drive mode select here. And again, since it's the smaller screen, it shows this version of animation rather than the truck animation you get in the full digital screen. Now, if we put it in reverse, you guys can see we've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn the steering wheel. You got the bird's eye view as well. And cool thing about this camera is you can zoom on every single corner, which is fun. But yeah, tons of different angles you can see out of. And if I put it back into park and then press the camera button here at the top, it does the same thing but with like the front views, which is definitely practical. And then while we're here, let's go over the infotainment system. Got a shortcut bar here at the bottom. Response time with it's pretty solid. And then we also have the little tab here on the side with the screen. So pretty solid. And if you're wondering, at the top you just have your camera button. You guys can't see it on camera because the lighting's horrible. Hazard lights and then stability control. This truck, of course, comes with Pro Trailer. I don't think I've ever seen an F-150 without the Pro Trailer. Anyways, we got trailer brake controls, and then you guys can see drive line select, so 2-wheel high, 4-wheel low. You get your locking differential there as well. And then we've got our analog controls for the radio, dual zone climate controls, heated seats, and then some more storage up front with some USB action. And here's the shifter for that 10-speed automatic. It does have the little fold-down function. It's always a fun thing. Manual mode, that's where your plus and minus here. Here's a closer look on the side of the shifter for. Got some cup holders here. And then this actually is the workbench center console, so it flips forward. But the cool thing is, right here, you've got your since 1948 F-Series Heritage Edition logo on these center consoles here. Always reminded of how special this truck is. And then got tons of storage space inside. Now it looks like it just has the regular XLT dash at the top. We do have the double glove box, of course. The face of this, it's got like this nice gray trim. I think that's pretty nifty. And then sunglass holder, and then no sunroof, and then it looks like the rear glass is fixed. So here's our window sticker for this F-150. As you can see, pretty normal stuff. 302A equipment group, and then you guys can see with the black accenting. Heritage Edition, $1,975. So you can see it adds the all-terrain tires. Work surface, that's interesting. 20-inch wheels, paint theme. Huh, so they just like throw in some random stuff. So weird sometimes with manufacturers. And then that's interesting too. So also has the sport package, but then the Heritage. Ford? I'm confused. Anyways, $50,220 is the base MSRP, $64,025 is the total MSRP on this Heritage Edition. So to wrap things up with this Heritage Edition, I actually think this looks really cool, especially with this particular like paint color combination with the black and the Area 51. And I'm sure that someone's gonna absolutely love this truck. With that being said though, I do think that Ford and other manufacturers should do a little bit more with their quote-unquote heritage packages, right? A lot of manufacturers lately have been releasing these special editions that are just like this, like basically a paint job. That's pretty much what this is. It's a two-tone paint job. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure that this took forever. Actually, those little vinyl decals. Never mind, I was gonna say, I feel like this would take forever to do, but I just realized these little things, it's just vinyl decals. So I take that back. But still, I'm sure that it took a while to paint this compared to a regular F-150. But regardless, what I think, this is just my personal opinion, what I think Ford should do with their Heritage Editions is offer a little bit more than just like the looks for the Heritage Edition. Like give the truck a little bit of extra performance, or maybe a lot of bit of extra performance. So what I think would be the coolest way to do a Heritage Edition is, you know, still do some sort of like scheme like this, but offer the truck with a 5.0 V8 supercharged. There are a lot of aftermarket companies like Tuscany, for example, that'll take 5.0 V8 Fords and they'll supercharge them. And so if Ford literally just did the same exact thing that these aftermarket companies do and then threw on the Heritage stuff and offered it as a special edition, not only would it sell out instantly, it would sell for big money, and I think it would bring like a lot of hype around the trucks and the brand. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know if you think that that would be cool if Ford just did supercharged 5.0 V8 F-150 with a special paint job and a limited number of trucks. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the Heritage Edition overall. I'll see ya.